Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we're back in the Vladivostok. Now, it's been a while since we've been in the Vladi, and this isn't exactly the kind of map that you would expect to be in the Vladi and do particularly well, because it's kind of a wide open map and the Vladi really excels once you get in close. But we're going to have ourselves a pretty decent game here, so without further ado, let's get to this match. So, right off the bat, you guys know me. What's the first thing I like to do? It's not a domination, so we don't have to worry about the caps right away. So, first thing I like to do, win my side, right? That's what we got to do. So, that's what I'm going to do. There's no destroyers in this match, which is a plus, but that being said, even if there are no destroyers, all of those cruisers up there are fire starters. Yeah. Not preferable. But we can deal with it. We've got to be careful. We only got four damage cons, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of forgot about that in this match. And it may or may not cost me my life. Now, you may see my name popping up in chat right now, and you're probably going, I wonder what Spartan's saying to the team right now. And it is basically, hey, Iowa, if you sail into the center of the map, you're not going to be long for the world, because their whole team is fire starters, and you're going to be focused by everybody. We get a shot off at the Odin right off the bat, and it looks relatively good. And we get a good hit. Solid hit. 9,300 damage to start the match. Not an amazing hit. Should have been a Citadel, if we're honest. But, you know, it is what it is. Didn't Citadel. We take a little bit of fire in return. Inconsequential. No big deal. Jean Bart out there is looking in our direction. We also have the Miyoko out here, and we're going to see if we can't at least make the Miyoko wish he hadn't decided to make himself available. And looks pretty darn good. Wait for it. Pow! Really? 4 overpins at that range while he's angled? Really, game? Alright, it's fine. It's fine. It happens. Now we try to get our shot here against the Wichita, but you'll notice that I realize that we're not going to be able to get the shot. But then we get the Atlanta B over here in the center of the map, and we're like, well, might as well take a shot at him. I mean, it's not what you would normally want to be shooting at, but if he's going to make himself available, you might as well treat him as such. And, yeah, unfortunately, not a very good shot for us. Again, Vladi not amazing at the long-range capability. Even with my dispersion build, which I am running a dispersion build, it's just not very good at range. It can be usable at range, unlike some ships, but it's not amazing at range. So we want to try to get close, and that's why I'm trying to get up in here now. You'll notice that I have half the team with me. I've got 4 people with me. So I'm going to be pushing pretty aggressively, and this Wichita is just begging for it. And unfortunately, we just don't get it. Once again, goes the vertical dispersion gets us, and it manages to miss him, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to forget in this match that Russian battleships have a limited number of damage control. And it's going to catch me into trouble a couple times. So, yeah, look forward to me making some mistakes, right? Now this Miyoko, I'm not gonna lie, I just put the shot out there, just figured might as well get a shot at him, and unfortunately for him, apparently my aim was better than I thought, or dispersion caught it, and it was just like, we'll give him this one. He wasn't expecting to hit it, might as well make this the one that he actually gets. Now this Helena is being a little too brave for his own good. If you've played the American light cruisers, especially Helena and Cleveland, you'll know that they're very, very different from, say, the Wichita. The Wichita is very nimble. The Baltimore, fairly nimble. And the Helena and the Cleveland are not. Now, you can see torpedoes from the Miyoko coming in there. But Helena and Cleveland definitely are not. Now, he's trying to do the T-Bowl shuffle out here, but I ain't falling for it. I know how to aim my shots. And he gonna catch it hard. 7,400 damage done that time. And then the Wichita comes up to start his thing. But the Wichita is a heavy cruiser. And unfortunately, I overmatch his armor. So he's not going to have a good day. Now, first shot, not that great. Dispersion caught it, wasn't preferable. However, you can only play with 16-inch guns for so long before the game is just like, look, you lose. Yeah. That's what should happen to Wichita's against 16-inch guns, especially when they're angled and showing the broadside of their ship. Now here is one moment where we've already burned one damage con. We're on fire again, and it's going to be a while. Now notice that there's 20 seconds before I get my next damage con, and there's 40 seconds left of burning, which means when my damage con comes up, I would only be burning for another 20 seconds. It's only a single fire. Surely I wouldn't be stupid and blow my damage con on a single fire with only 20 seconds left before it goes out, right? Right? Don't you do it, Spartan. Don't you do it. Now you can see I'm trying to catch the nose of the Odin here, but then we get set on fire again, and we have to burn our damage con. You guys thought I was going to do it, didn't you? Didn't you? Admit it. Put it in the comments below if you thought that I was going to burn the damage con. None. I know you're there. You probably thought I was as well. Because it's something that I would do. Like burning my damage con for a single fire while I have 2 seconds left on the fire to begin with. Been there, done that. Unfortunately, Jean Bart comes around the corner with his nose, and we bounce all 3 rounds off of it. Now, at this point, I'm a little frustrated by the people behind me, and the fact that they're not really doing anything to improve their positions. They're just kind of sitting in front of these guys. So, the right side of our team has completely folded, and that's not good. We need to make something happen here. So, I start heading back towards the base to put myself in a position to defend the base at all costs. This Miyoko that we citadelled earlier has no health left, so we're going to try to get him off the board. But like I said, the Vladi is not known for its accuracy at distance. Even with a dispersion build, it will absolutely troll you. But then we get a hit, and of course it bounces, because 16-inch armor piercing with the most armor piercing penetration in the game clearly can't penetrate a Japanese heavy cruiser. And then just as we get ready to fire the guns, he manages to go dark, and I was certain that these shells were going to hit the mountain. Good thing was, I was wrong. Which means twice that Miyoko got touched by my guns when I didn't think it would. Not only did he get touched, but he got slapped. But yeah, so Odin charges in, he gets obliterated, but he manages to twerp the crap out of the guy that was there. We're going to go ahead and try to help with this Helena out here while we've got these guys. And then the Jean Bart is going to pull himself out into the middle of the ocean. But yeah, you can see I have a pretty good shot, and the Helena manages to take most of them. It says we only got 3 penetrations, but it seemed like we got more than that. But either way, he doesn't have much health left. And then you've got the Jean Bart about to enter into a position where we can shoot him. But I want to finish off this fire starter, because fire starters are the devil. They just are. I hate fire starters. So luckily our Iowa finishes him off, and that leaves the Jean Bart versus 3 people on my team, including an Iowa and 2 fire starters. And I've got a pretty good angle on him, so I'm going to try to hit him as well. He's a little outside of our best effective range of 11 kilometers. You know, those the Russian battleships have some sort of a buff that they get inside 11 kilometers that makes them more accurate. But unfortunately, his French magic armor comes in to only give us a single hit. And then the Jean Bart kills the Iowa. And at this point, I'm feeling pretty bad that I didn't sit back and finish that Jean Bart off. But he's still up against 2 fire starters. I have an Atlanta here, I have a Scharnhorst here, and I have another Vladi here. This Atlanta is just begging for it. You do not sail like this in an Atlanta if you're against a battleship. And he gets very lucky that I only got 2 overpins. But I have to use one of my last remaining damage cons to put out the 2 fires. Now that's a bit of a risk when you're up against an Atlanta, because you do that and you're more than likely going to end up taking another fire in the cooldown. Now Russian battleships have a very short cooldown for theirs, but this time he goes straight ahead and gets citadelled right through the front of his ship. Once again showing that you cannot bow tank in an Atlanta. So what do you do in an Atlanta if you are in the open water against a battleship who is actively trying to kill you? A, you want to take the rounds while you're flat broadside, because overpins. And that's if you have to take rounds, but you definitely want to avoid it, as we've got a nice broadside shot at this Scharnhorst, giving us our high caliber. But generally speaking, when you're in the Atlanta, you do not want to take any hits from anything. You're nimble, you need to use it. I've had multiple videos where I've shown that the Atlanta is fully capable of dodging incoming rounds, even inside the 13-kilometer range that the Atlantic can shoot you. So it's definitely not where you want to be. You definitely don't want to be the center of attention in Atlanta, because people will kill you. They will dedicate themselves to killing you. But as you can see, I just popped my damage con a moment ago, and that was my last damage con. Meaning I have 11,000 health, and if I get set on fire one more time, I'm dead. That's just how that works. And now this Scharnhorst is still giving me a very good angle. We don't have to worry about his torps because we're outside the 6-kilometer range, and we're angled enough that his main batteries aren't doing a whole lot. But if his secondaries set me on fire, we're in trouble. But now that his secondaries aren't shooting us, we're kind of okay. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what happened to the enemy Vladivostok? Like, he was there a moment ago. Where's he at? And unfortunately for me, that was a question I forgot to ask. As he clearly wants me gone and manages to set a fire with high explosive. Now, the Vladivostok gets pretty good high explosive, and that's unfortunate for me, because he did manage to set a fire, and it's going to burn for the next 40 seconds. And you lose 1,000 hit points about every 4 seconds. So, if you do the math, you can tell that I'm not going to make it. And I knew that I wasn't going to make it. But I was hoping that there was a chance that the enemy Vladivostok would make himself available, because he's got me spotted, and sure enough, he fires his gun, armor piercing on its way. I'm burning to death. I get the shots off, hoping for a big hit. Then, unfortunately, that isn't what we end up getting. He was angled pretty well. I had to rush the shot because I thought I was going to burn to death a little sooner than I did. And it was unfortunate. But we have 2 fire starters versus the Vladivostok, and he's already burning. So you can see where this is heading. We managed a successful base defense. We managed to do the majority damage that we could, and this Wichita is begging to die. I don't know if he forgets that the Vladi can overmatch his armor, or what, but if that Vladi gets one good armor-piercing salvo through the front of his ship, he is a dead man. He can Citadel you right through the front of your Wichita, through the front of your Balti, doesn't matter. Those 16-inch guns have enough penetration to do so, and they overmatch your armor. And just as the Vladivostok dies, he had what could only be described as the shells that would have killed this poor Wichita. But don't feel bad for him. We end up pulling it out. Did everything that we could in that one. The team was a little bit sketchy here and there, but in the end, they managed to do enough. 3 kills, top of the leaderboard, 2,700 base XP with 162,000 damage done. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.